Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss a mainstream topic. The topic is going to be about Stoicism and how Stoicism can help us live a better and more happier life. So, what exactly is Stoicism? Stoicism is basically a philosophy that was developed in ancient Greece. It was founded by Zeno in Athens, and through his life, the story of Zeno was that Zeno was a rich merchant who lost everything, got stranded in Athens, and after reading the texts of Plato, he got interested in studying Stoicism. He developed Stoicism, and the word Stoic comes from the area where the Stoics would gather. Alright, the Stoa was a place usually where these philosophers used to gather, and they used to discuss their Stoic philosophies. So what exactly is Stoicism? Most of us think that Stoicism is a philosophy of resignation. It's a philosophy where we resign to the external forces of the world, and we say, okay, you know, this problem happened to me, I broke up, I lost my job, I lost my promotion, and there is nothing I can do about it. So, you know, screw it, that's how the planet goes, you know. That is ourselves from a position of resignation. Actually, the Stoic philosophy is not a philosophy of resignation, it is a philosophy of actually self-improvement. The Stoic philosophy's main metaphor is the metaphor of the garden, whereby the Stoic philosophers look at ourselves as being a garden, whereby we nurture ourselves in order to produce fruits. And these fruits can be obtained by providing a good environment, a good soil environment, and protecting our garden from the external influences, especially the negative influences and the negative mindsets. So the Stoic philosophy is a philosophy for life, and different to therapy. Therapy helps someone in a short-term process over months or years and eventually changes behavior, such as cognitive behavior therapy, whilst a Stoic philosophy is more of a thinking type of system. Most of us think of life as if we have control over our own life. We do have a certain amount of control, however, what we can control is our own circumstances. What does it mean? It means that if something, for example, if you have a job interview or you have a job promotion, what you can control is that you study harder, you do your research, and you take action in order for you to get a better job promotion. Otherwise, if you don't prepare, the outcome is going to be obviously negative. However, we don't have to only look at the goals in life, but we have to take action into steps in a stepwise manner in order for us to achieve those goals. Stoicism stems from a philosophy looking at various principles. These 4 disciplines related to Stoic philosophy include the discipline of courage, the discipline of temperance, the discipline of assent, and the discipline of action. Stoic philosophy basically helps us or guides us to look at a goal with courage. Although we might have an ability to fail, we might also have the ability to achieve our own goals. So, in order to look at life in a positive way, we must face life with courage, and we don't have to take every step of the way in a negative point of view. This is the main principle of Stoic philosophy, and that of courage. The next principle is that of temperance. In order for us to go through life or experience life in a positive way, we must be temperate. We mustn't lose our cool about everything that happens to us externally. For example, if you lose a job, which might be a big trauma for you, or you crash with your car, or there is something which happens, I don't know, to your house, etc., we tend to become angry, we tend to lose it, we tend to become depressed, we might become desperate in our actions. Stoic philosophy helps us to look at this thing objectively from a third party point of view. In a more objective point of view, your overall stress and anxiety related to the situation is dissipated. Therefore, when we look at situations, we have to take the situations in a temperate way of thinking. We don't have to be affected by everything that goes on around us, especially if this is negative. And another good example is that imagine you have a colleague, you have a meeting, and this colleague says that you weren't performing very well. On the deep level, you might feel irritated. You might want to answer back to this colleague in front of the meeting, in front of the team. However, if you take it in a more reasoned approach, this is his opinion. This is not your actual performance. This is the performance or what the other person is thinking of your performance. So the way in which you react to life's events, because events in life are not always positive, nobody goes through life living a purely positive life. It doesn't happen, okay? Life is a set of events, and we have to go towards life's events in a more temperate and positive mindset. Now, the virtue of action. Why is action important? In life, in order for us to obtain our goals, we have to take action. If you want to pass your exam, you must study. If you want to travel abroad, you have to buy a ticket. You have to research where you're going to stay and what you are going to do. If you want to get a job in a foreign country that speaks a particular language, you have to study the language. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard for you to get a job in that country. Okay? So these virtues within themselves are logical virtues, okay? These virtues are actual virtues that will help us live a good life. If you are not prepared for something which is going to happen in your life, how can you live a decent life? The last action is the action of assent, virtue of assent, and the virtue of assent helps us look at life in a more mindful way. Life's events are again not all going to be positive, and we must keep on moving forward. Living in the past is useless. The Stoic philosophers used to look at regret in a negative way. Regret for Stoic philosophy is a waste of energy. Why? Because when we regret something, that action or that event is already in the past, and therefore why should we lose our energy, waste our time on useless things, and keep on dwelling and living in the past where we can take action and move forward. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor who adopted Stoic philosophy, and throughout his teachings and his journals there are a variety of steps which helped him achieve his goals. Marcus Aurelius gives us a very good idea of how his Stoic ideology and Stoic philosophy helps us achieve success. Marcus Aurelius' main points included the contemplation of the sage, whereby you look up to someone that is inspirational to you. It can be a football player, a politician, it can be a lecturer, a teacher, a scientist, a doctor. And when you are in a situation of trouble, you ask yourself, okay, what does this guy do? What will he do in this situation? Marcus Aurelius used to ask himself, what would Zeno do in the case of this particular situation? What do I do? How do I act? Do I act rash? Do I take this decision? Or should I think it out, not overthink the situation, and see what other best options I can take? The second action we can take in our lives, which will push us towards success, includes looking at ourselves from a third point of view. And from that, we can build up ourselves to achieve a new goal. We can find a new goal, take action, and then achieve that goal. Stoicism, most of us think of it as being a philosophy of resignation. It's actually a philosophy that helps us move forward in life. It helps us be less affected by the negative influences of life's events, and it helps us to become more resilient. Below I'm attaching also some interesting books you guys can check out regarding Stoicism and how these books might have an effect on your life in general, making you maybe happier in the long run. If you're interested, have a read. They're attached below in the description below. And the main books I recommend are the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, The Daily Stoic, and The Obstacle is the Way. I think these are some great reads. They have loads of valuable content, and personally me, I learned things which I didn't know before. So guys, check them out if you're interested. Thank you one more time for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Hopefully in the future I'll make more videos with interesting topics. For now, thank you guys. Bye bye. See you next time.